Okay, y'all, we about to play this game. Like I said, y'all, this is on default settings. Everything is at 50 or whatever the game came with. I didn't change nothing. I didn't turn nothing up. None of that. I'm going to show y'all right now. Options, sliders, gameplay sliders. Now look. See, everything is at 50. I'm going to go all the way down. Everything is at 50. Whatever the game came with, I didn't change none of this. Didn't change none of this. Didn't change none of this. Not planning on changing it. None of that. Before y'all try to say, I'm cheating, you cheating, you cheating, you cheating. I'm not. This is what the game came with. So, there we go. Now that we got that out the way, let me go back to things to do. Advanced week. Week 1. Here we go. Yeah, we're going into the preseason. We beat all our teams. But now we about to go ahead on and go. Jump to mid-season? No. Next week. Here we go. Advancing to next week.
Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.
Okay. Set season goal. Okay. Let's see.
Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also higher risk.
Play it safe or choose a difficult goal for better reward. Commit to your goal. Concerted chance of firing. You're expecting a challenging season with you feel that this is your team's year. Anything less than the Super Bowl is a disappointment. Let me make the playoffs. I think we can do that. I think we can make the playoffs. Commit your goal for the year. I think we can do this. Let's get it. I think we can make the playoffs. Your DC wants to discuss the next opponent. Okay, what's up? Hey, coach. Hey, coach. What's the game plan for Barkley? This guy's actually a home run hitter. If we don't lock down our gaps, he's liable to score from anywhere on the field. How do you want to handle him? Neutralizing. If we need to do everything. We need to do everything in our power to shut him down. If he fails, the entire New York will fail. Okay. Game day code. Beat the New York Yankees. Hold them to 50 yards rush. And no TDs. Man. Hey, I don't know about that. We can do that. Work on your offensive. But let's just get into the game. Play season game. Oh, let's get it. Would you like, you have not done, would you like to skip? Okay. Hold on. Can you make the gameplay longer? See? I can't make the gameplay. Oh, here we go. What's the longest we can go? I'm gonna do 12 minutes. There we go. There we go. We got 12 minutes now. Let's get it. Come on. There we go. We doing the whole game. Steelers, baby. You know it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who played for the Nevada Wolfpack in college. It's Colin Kaepernick.
A true dual threat at the quarterback position, and let's remember it back in the 2012 season, that game in the playoffs that he had against Green Bay. Ran for 181 yards and 2 scores, threw for 2 touchdowns. That's the kind of potential he brings to the table every time he steps on the field.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Oh, the hurdle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Let's get it,
One
man.
unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, Could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Let's get it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Kaepernick going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Juju Smith-Schuster, 54 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Let's get it.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And they'll begin by running the option. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Let's get it.
And there they bring pressure from the inside and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point now by Boswell.
Point after.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's get it. Come on.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
That's bad.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
Deep in there, right?
Barkley, the ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
2-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Jones. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Boswell.
Let me see.
For the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row.
That was good.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Jones throw on target to Shepard. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Okay, come on.
Throwing Jones. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down.
You could have got that.
Projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the 3rd round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
No partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They start the drive with Connor. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
17 yards.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back.
Come on. Let me see. I got 2 injured. Man, oh my goodness. Shoulder. Can't afford my players to be messed up,
second down
man.
and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
There we go. Come
and
on.
the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Shoulder dislocated, would not be able to turn for this game. Oh my goodness. I got to substitute him. So he out for the
Chris
game.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. fielded near the back of the end.
So how many? Alpha game. Completely ACL tear. Dislocated shoulder. Alpha game. So he's not coming back this game at all.
Zone.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Jones going to throw again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
51 to 5, boy, 51.
From the gun, Jones. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Jones pass intercepted by the Steelers.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago. Down, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
Good job.
Boswell for the extra point.
The point after.
He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early, but that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2 at the 33-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, open receiver. That's Caden Smith, the tight end.
Giants, first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of the quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Brings up 2nd and
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Jones now on first down. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Daniel Jones sacked.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The drive will start with Connor. A first down for Connor and then some. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 32. First down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Kaepernick. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
James Conner with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half.
Let me see this again. Oh, shit.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Back.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see.
Who got injured? Don't tell me one of my players. Another one? My goodness. No, I don't want to force you. Real return soon.
How they attack him here.
Here we go. 555.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Caught right side. Tate. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Injury risk high.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
I don't want.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. And his throw here's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Intended for Saquon Barkley.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
42, Giants 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. And the highlights roll, and there have been a lot of them.
He is absolutely stuffing the stat sheet, isn't he? I mean, you name it, he's doing it. Getting in the end zone,
check.
Multiple times, big check, right? How about the yardage total?
Over 100, check.
Big check. So that means he's breaking down the defense every which way, and so far, they've had no answer for him.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Uses the spin, and just shutting him off there. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Another one? Hold on, man. Chess. TBD. What that stand for? Hold on. Let me see. TBD in Madden. To be decided. Okay. Wow, man. I got 3 players out.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 59 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Let me see. Re-injury risk high. I can't do that. Rules will return soon. I gotta substitute you. I need you for later on, man. Substitute. I can't have you getting hurt, man.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Okay, come on.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
Accept it. I'm going to decline it.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them. Understood the...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Avery Williamson His second sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Hold on, y'all. Let me change these batteries. I'll be right back. Hold on. And we back in action.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Let's go. D, tighten up. 51's the mic.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. So he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Okay.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. It'll get that one complete to Conner. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Touchback.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Avery Williamson in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big pickup of 38. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Let's go.
20-yard touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Boswell for the extra.
Let's go.
Point. The point after.
And the route is on here in this first half. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here?
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New York. He'll return it from the 6. Gets past 1 man. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you always want to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a play fake. Kaepernick going for the deep ball. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Connor.
James
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
James Bradbury.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
The chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. He spins for pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. And the route is on here in this first half. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
This, Charles, the final game of the return to...
Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Nope.
Football weekend 2020, but we'll be right back at it in 3 days from now. Thursday night football, Cincinnati and Cleveland. No love lost between those two. A good one in the AFC North. Thursday, 8:20 Eastern on EA Sports. Jones throwing on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Jones now throwing again. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. This will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, 70 yards. And the Giants gain a bit of respectability.
That touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point try good by Gano. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play, but sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
That's complete to his running back, Conner. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Conner. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
13 yards remaining on second down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Chris Carson, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. 28-21, the final score. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Mecole Hardman leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Barkley. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Williamson. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
From the gun, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This will be fielded at the 17. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown,
James Conner, 67 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Giants 10. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? They'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football.
And my goodness, another interception. picked off by Mike Hilton. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
Yeah, that, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now Kaepernick. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Dante Pettis on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll go to Barkley again. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, you got it.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Barkley on 1st down, running into a wall as he stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now we've got a Giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this, week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
But I said we can't afford no more injured players.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Back to throw, Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Cameron Sutton, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
I don't know why I keep playing music in my...
They begin on the ground here with Connor. A 1st down for Connor and then some. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
1st down.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster, 60 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
What the world people be doing on Facebook?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Strip that ball. 55 miles.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
I'd say it's a pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Still churning. And he's into the clear. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Sutton now to return. Dances by him. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy,
there he goes, right side, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, 59 yards, and this offense continues to pour it on.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
One, two. 3, 4. He tripped over his own dude.
As well for the extra point.
Point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one.
The next games, all up into the playoffs, we ain't going to be doing these long.
As their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. And he is just one reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith. It got his man. Complete.
Come on, bring it, baby.
30.
Bring it.
Past the 20.
There we go.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 92 yards.
There we
and
go.
This offense
Where everybody was
is
at.
running away with this one. So from back deep in their own territory,
Ooh, look at
all
that.
the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it,
safe.
be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Extra point now.
Yes, it was a video game call. And y'all, I'm not cheating. It's on arcade mode. Whatever that means. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. You tripped over his own dude. Yep. Oh, they just gave up. They just gave up. Y'all just gave up like that for real? Y'all knew y'all was defeated. Got past you. You tripped on your own partner. And they gonna just give up. Look. Giving up, walking. Let me see what the coach is doing. Look at Mike.
By Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just two plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Barkley on the carry. He was brought down by Avery Williamson.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Matt Bosher now.
Get
He's
him
been
more towards
terrific
the
so
turnover.
far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
19.
Juju Smith-Schuster. 85 yards. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
113. The highest football score.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
113.
Now Saquon Barkley. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Watch the Redskins.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And Tate's got it. And he will have a Giants first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Tyson Alualu in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and he's going to go down again. Alex Highsmith brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. From the gun, Jones. Smith catches left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
That's why we doing it.
On play action, they'll throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
Whoa.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 56 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
You about to do some running plays.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Connor, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to pour it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Jones throwing again on 2nd and 10. That's complete to Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Oh, my goodness. He done hurt his foot. Hold on. Let me see what didn't happen. Oh, my goodness. What didn't happen? Foot fracture. Oh my goodness. Hold on, how good is he? Can't afford no more players getting hurt.
Here's Jones on 1st down. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Jones. Over the middle to Smith. 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And his throw is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jones. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. He's got a man complete.
Go, 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 go.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Look at me.
Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
Defense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
I don't accept. Yeah, I'm going to accept that. They starting
They're
to
down
cheat.
here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty's not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the
Hold on, wait a minute. He hating. He got mad. Yeah, he gonna pour the face. He got mad.
face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal.
Yo, 51
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
Again, it'll be Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jones on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
The 46-yard line.
Throwing Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
17-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. You know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, an 80-yard touchdown. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Jones now throwing on 1st down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Steelers offense getting ready to get back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now,
pressure comes, and down he goes. Jabal Sheard coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down.
Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster finding the end zone yet again as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Boswell for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
For Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
To Shepard, complete over the middle. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll throw right away. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Two-minute warning.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. From the gun, Jones. Got a man, Slayton. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Tyson Alualu bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Won't they just kick it?
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And it's caught, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Gano the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type.
And that's caught inside the 30.
There it is.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Schuster. Touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Okay.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Let's just be frank, they're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's over. It's over.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Steelers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
He's not going to return. And he's not going to return. Out for 9 weeks. Out for 36 weeks. Well, he's not going to play this year. Both of these are stars. Hold on, wait a minute. Who is James Conner? They clowning him. James Conner. Who did I play? Hold on. Top stories. This is all a fluke. Smith's Sims is a sell high. Advance to next week. Next week. Okay. No turnovers for 100 combined yards. View weekly rewards. Me pick this time again. We're going back down to 6 minutes. We could do 7. Make sure that y'all can see again. Seven minutes. All right, man, let's get it. Let me see. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
What a roller coaster for Drew Lock from the NFL draft until the end of his rookie season, because on draft night he thought he might go in the first round. Ended up going in the second, and then didn't get to start with the Broncos until near the end of his rookie year. But the Broncos did go 4-1 in those games, and he played very well, working on his agility and his pocket presence in the offseason. And I love how the Broncos upgraded around him in order to give him more weapons.
Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 21 carries, 75 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And leading them out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
A lot of defensive coordinators are up late the night before they take on Colin Kaepernick because they know he's not an easy man to scheme against. He can beat you with the big arm, taking shots downfield, also beat you with his legs, either off of design runs or in the passing game by improvising and taking off.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, and they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. His throw incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first-quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, They're certainly starting to set that type of a pace, and what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 22.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did, but there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a breath.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Devin Bush gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The Broncos' new signee for 2020, Sam Martin, former Lion, on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's taken to the 26.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. Where he stands right now, as you see, already over 1,000. You have to think 2,000 is a real possibility. Long way to go in the season, but what he's done so far, spectacular.
It is, and you know what he's also hoping for? He's going to play a lot of man coverage from here on out, because one of the best ways to slow down production is to go to zone and double, triple team, put a number of people in the area that you expect him to run into. But man-to-man, every receiver believes he's going to win that battle. And you know what they all do? They all keep kind of a book, you know, on what the defenders do, what their moves are, their best things. And he wants to be able to refer to that book and beat one guy at a time.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Connor. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this 1st quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
Good. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 21-0.
Goes nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the 1st half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They look to throw. It's Locke. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
1st down, Denver.
Locke now on 1st down. Got Gordon open, completes it. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. With your 6th-round pick, not many expect them to jump right in and contribute, but now Locke, he lost the football, it's out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Fumble on the play.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. Man, those numbers from last week. What do you call a game like that? Monumental? A career game?
Yeah, every one of those adjectives you can pull up. Monumental, mammoth, massive. but you also know that he wants another one just like it in this game. He doesn't plan on slowing down.
Man, if he duplicates that, that would be history. Going up top. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And now running right through him. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play. First down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end. It's your wide receivers. Everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see enough.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Broncos nothing.
Here's Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
There's a familiar sight. T.J. Watt with a sack. And remember last year, he was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, and he earned it because he's been the top 10 in the league in sacks for 2 straight seasons. Really, really difficult to block coming off the edge.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at the 23. A beautiful spin and room to run. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Let's see now what Colin Kaepernick has been up to so far in this game. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. The second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
This, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Locke, he lost the football, it's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
Down Steelers.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Boswell for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Man, they got to let us play.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
The Bronco ball carrier.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That's to his running back, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
41-yard line.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's the 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's okay.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Lock going to hand it off here to Gordon. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
He was brought down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's locked. This is the tight end fan. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Noah Fant.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
To throw again. Block. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Locke again. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would.
I need to get my swag right there. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner on his his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. He's struggled. His team has struggled. You talk to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far, this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
At their own
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
There's James Conner showing his versatility with a nice reception and 1st down pickup out of the backfield. 3 years into his pro career, though, he hasn't played a full season, so they want to see durability increase for him. But during his Pro Bowl year in 2018, that's when he showed everything. 55 catches that year, only 34 in 2019. They're hoping those numbers continue to climb for James Conner.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And out across midfield, down to the 45. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where you see the final score there. 27-17, the final, a 10-point margin. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Daniel Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Gardner Minshew has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, Let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. A little 360. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 30-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his off-season working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Kaepernick. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one goes for 30 yards.
1st and goal at the 3.
What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
I think he in there. He in there. He in there.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Wow.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. They just had 3 rushing touchdowns and, of course, throw it to him when he's caught one as well.
Boswell for the extra point. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Gordon. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Lock. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Denver.
55, my God, 55.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Not much there, only a yard.
To number 8.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the first round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Broncos 3.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Again? I think they may get this one.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, We had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
They do go for it. It's Kaepernick going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. But that was a bit of a desperation throw on fourth down. Both receiver and defender go up for it, but he got it. Now they're set up really nicely.
On the other side of the ball, absolute frustration. He was right at the hip of the receiver the entire time, but desperation won.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's first and goal. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Now Kaepernick. And that's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Boswell's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
65. Broncos 3.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal, and yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. So that one will be accepted. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Locke working out of the gun. That'll be caught by the rookie, K.J. Hamler. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
At the 46-yard line.
From the gun, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
It's a gain of...
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On second and 11 now. Locke. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, 37 yards. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Sutton now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Steelers take over first and 10. At their own 33-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, Kaepernick going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 57 yards. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. As that lead just swells and swells. This has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
Then on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Why isn't my what's
Chris
name on there?
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Broncos 1st down.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
1st down, Denver.
Here's Gordon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
25,
The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle.
At the 12-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Good go.
And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it, but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Broncos.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet. And
that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 54 yards.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Kaepernick going to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
The previous play is under review.
Come on, man. He right there.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. Here's Kaepernick. That's caught. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed a pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will get it at their own 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing out a little bit?
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
Another player hurt.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Now the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check back 47. Check back 47.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards that time for number 19. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense...
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Hey, 91. 91.
Kaepernick to throw again. And this is caught at the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
At the 1-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Extra point now by Boswell. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
To be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
use that as ammo
Exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. From midfield, here's Locke. This is the tight end fan. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Complete.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
A gain of 11.
I know a lot of Denver fans are really excited about the possibilities for Cortland Sutton now that Drew Lock is entrenched as their starting quarterback. Remember, last season, the last 5 games.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. And the pressure gets to him again.
Today's final score.
Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right, y'all. Let me get at y'all next time. All right, y'all. I'm out.